it's normally closed. But guess what happens when it is in defrost mode? But on a heat pump, as I had mentioned, it needs to go through a switch to interrupt it when it's in defrost mode. So this line, before it goes to the common, it actually travels right here to this switch right here. And that switch is a normally closed switch. So when you're not in defrost mode, there's going to be a path and the condenser fan is going to turn on, which makes sense. The condenser fan needs to be turned on, right? So that the refrigeration cycle can work. So it's normally closed. But guess what happens when it is in defrost mode? When it is in defrost mode, it opens. And that is how that switch works. That is how that condenser fan turns off when it is in defrost mode. So one thing that you can do is to check if you have continuity. Even right now, there's no power, right? There's nothing wired, but this should be normally closed, as we said. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my meter, right? And just go ahead and confirm. And like I said, you have power in, right? Power in, power out. It's not a load, it's just a switch. Power in, power out to my condenser fan. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that I have continuity. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one right here. Okay, and then one right there. You see? I have it's a normally closed switch. I have a path. So guess what? If you go to a job and it's open line, something's up with that switch and you would have to replace the board. Or I heard some guys that actually unsolder it and put a new little switch here, little relay switch. But I mean, in that case, it'd just be worth just replacing the defrost board because they can get a little bit difficult trying to unsolder that unless you're a professional and you can do it. But that's the idea. Normally close. When you check it, you should hear continuity. It's normally close. What's going to open it once again is when it is in defrost mode, it stops power, right? It interrupts it, it stops power so that the condenser fan can turn off and it can speed up the melting or the defrost cycle so we can get rid of all that frost. These two should be normally closed at all times. And when it is in defrost mode, it opens the switch.